What's up, you guys? Andrew Enzo, and we are going to be reacting and watching this video with Andrew Huberman. Well, first off, what a great name. What a great name. But I've never reacted to one of his videos before. This is what happens if you take a break from watching the P word. I don't think I'm really allowed to say it on YouTube. I think that they frown on that. So you know what it is. You know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to go ahead and guess a lot of good because it's probably one of the worst things that you can put into your brain. We're about to find out, though. Okay. Also, what do I think of Andrew Huberman in general? I think he's fine. You know, like he's a scientist. He does a lot of research, a lot of data, all that kind of stuff. I think that's really good. Really, really good, actually. I do like that part of him and what he does and his branding and all that kind of stuff. I'm not a big fan of like the Huberman protocols. I actually don't know all of them. I've seen like a few of them. I definitely couldn't name them off the top of my head though, or anything like that. I just like my thing with it is I'm all about like simplicity, okay, and being consistent in good simple habits for a very long period of time. And I don't think that most people are cut out to do the things that he talks about. Because I think, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe I should have looked it up beforehand, but I didn't. So here it is. He talks about like doing like cold showers, maybe red light and stuff like that. Like I'm like, dude, like is that all really necessary? I don't think so. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. But I am more concerned with people having the foundations and the basics and doing those good things consistently for a long period of time, like I said. And the best way to do good things consistently for a long time is to make them simple and easy to do. Okay, so that's my thoughts on that. I'm done with my rant. Let's check out the video.
There's an additional issue with pornography, which is not often discussed, which is that, remember, guys in particular, the brain is a learning prediction machine. And if I'm not trying to say that all pornography is bad, but there are good data to support the idea that if your brain learns to be aroused by watching other people have sex, it is not necessarily going to carry over to the ability to get aroused when you're one-on-one with somebody else, right? Especially young kids who are consuming.
I'm surprised that we even needed a test for this. Like that seems very very obvious to me. And of course, there's tons and tons of people that are evidence of this.
A lot of pornography, the brain is learning sexual arousal to other people having sex.
So you're going to program yourself into being a voyeur?
Or just create challenges in sexual interactions with,
I will say I like that he's got the hard copy notebook. I am a fan of that. I personally use a hard copy notebook. I like it.
With peers,
I'm with it.
With a real partner. Right?
Mary Harrington has the 3 laws of pornodynamics, and the second law of pornodynamics is the law of FAP entropy. And it says that whatever you start out wanking to will get progressively more intense over time. And I think that this is sort of speaking to that ever sort of escalating amount of the wildness that you need to watch in order to get an ever decreasing stimulus that comes back.
Yeah, and here I'm approaching this only through the lens of biology, right? I'm not a psychologist, and I'm certainly not political in any way. At least not. I have ideas about politics, but I just don't discuss them publicly. But the idea here is that I'm not saying pornography as a stimulus is bad or good. What I'm saying is it, in its availability and its extreme forms, it's a very potent stimulus, and very potent stimuli of any kind, extremely palatable food, extreme pornography, extreme experiences like bungee cord jumping, those set a threshold for dopamine release. And Anna will tell you that, and I'm sure she did, that the higher the dopamine peak, the bigger the drop afterwards. And it's not that you drop to baseline, you drop below baseline. So again, it's not, these things aren't good or bad, they just have to be controlled in a way, because when people are pursuing dopamine peaks over and over and over and they aren't getting them, typically it's because they've been pursuing that activity far too often.
And you're saying perhaps take a break from that, and there may be an ability for yourself, your system, to reset.
Right.
especially with this topic, the P word. I think this is, he's making a great point, right? Of just looking at it from a biological standpoint, which you saw my opinion here. I'm on the side of bad completely. And it is so easily accessible in so much quantity at the push of a button. And it is so strong, like he said, that it hits so much dopamine, and it hits like those areas that are extremely powerful in our brain biologically. And it's so easy to get in unlimited quantity, in unlimited variety, and in unlimited intensity, right? Of, like he's saying, like it gets like progressively more intense. Like what you choose to watch and see gets worse. Like I say worse, but worse and worse and worse and worse, more intense, and it just, there's no limit to it at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, all the things that we're talking about with pornography could be superimposed onto food, or could be superimposed onto real sex, right? That one also has to be cautious there, right? But the cycling back and forth between dopamine and low dopamine states, dopamine fasting as it were, but maybe just low dopamine states, these are natural rhythms that existed in the nervous system. We have to remember what the dopaminergic system is there for. I'll say it again, I wasn't consulted at the design phase, but we know as a generic form of motivation and pursuit, you can imagine the human or the animal that's hungry or thirsty. It needs energy to go pursue the thing. So the idea that you have to eat in order to get energy, that's true, but you need energy in order to get the thing to eat. So our nervous system has energy also, that's dopamine and epinephrine. Yes, we use glucose and glycogen, et cetera, when we're pursuing things, but the idea here is you're pursuing something, and then either by smell or by sight, you think you're on the right track. So you go down that track, and then, there it is. You get some berries, or you get, let's get prehistoric about this, or you get to kill the prey and eat it, and then it gives you energy to continue this pursuit or to reproduce. I mean, there's a reason why humans and other animals seek out reproduction, is that every species, but certainly humans, have two innate desires built into them. Whether or not they decide to actualize this or not is the desire to protect young and make more of its own species. Every successful species does that. Even if people don't have children, in general, people care about children because of what they represent. Very few people dislike children. I mean, there are a few mutants out there that dislike children, but you always worry about those kinds of people.
What's happening, people?
I know I do. I definitely worry about those kinds of people. They weird me out. Like, what are you even talking about, dude? Okay. If that was lagging, I apologize. I'll fix that on the next video. I think it might have been. Hopefully you're still here. If you are, fantastic. I appreciate you. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of went over everything in that last little bit there, but like, it's pretty interesting. It's definitely not a good habit to have. I can tell you that right now. Now, if you're looking, because it takes away a lot of your power. It takes away a lot of your, it takes away a lot from you. It makes you feel bad about yourself. It makes you feel worthless. It, makes you feel weak, and all of the negative things that come along with it are very self-explanatory, I think, and a lot of people are very open about it. You know what I mean? And the problems that come with it. So if you're looking to take back more power into your life, though, and be powerful, not powerless to the P word. I don't coach on that, on like not doing that. And I know that there are people out there, but, check out my link below, see if it's for you. It's not exactly along these lines, but it is about self, bring more power into yourself, into your life, more confidence and all that kind of stuff. Check the link down below, and I will catch you on the next video.